Here we go. Hello, my friends. It's PK here in Florida. It's raining today. And I have a very special show for you with a very special guest, Señor Frog. He's a trading legend here in Florida, right here. Señor Frog. Now I'm going to do a short interview about his life. Now let me tell you, Señor Frog, isn't it right? He's got a beach house in Palm Beach. This guy really, we're talking about one of the trading legends here in Palm Beach County. I'm dead serious. Now, unfortunately, I take my glasses off because I can't see a damn thing. Forget this. All right. Oh, excuse me. I got my cigarette. Take off the edge. Excuse me, guys. All right, here we go. Okay, so let's see. Let's start. My first question, Señor Frog. First of all, the question I have for you, Señor Frog, is: are you still doubling down on those trades that you make? Are you still adding the losers? What's your answer? What? He said yes. What are you going to do? How can I argue with a legend? Okay, question number 2. What is your take, Señor Frog, on the gold and silver? You've been around for years, longer than me. I'm 62. You're much older than I am. I mean, come on. You've been around the block. Weren't you trading around the Hunt brothers? Didn't you tell me you made some money during that the gold and silver run up in the late 70s with the Hunt brothers trying to corner that market? Right? Well, look at him. No response. What kind of person is this guy? Anyway, so what is your take about the gold and silver? Let me translate that for you. Señor Frog says he thinks the gold and silver are going lower, but in the long run, he's bullish. Well, Señor Frog, what the hell does that tell us? What kind of prediction is that? This tells us absolutely nothing. Why don't you stick your neck out for a change? Well, actually, you don't have a neck. Anyway, wait a minute. This is getting a little too out of control, this show. Quickly, hey, 1 cigarette left, you guys. Give me a break, please. I love this guy, Señor Frog, because he's been trading actually longer than me. Not forget, I started in 82. He's been trading since the 70s. So question number 3, Señor Frog, is, what I want to know is, what the hell do you think about that Bitcoin? Now, why don't you tell everybody about the Bitcoin? What? You want to whisper it into my ear? Okay. You sure you don't want to tell everybody? Why don't you give them the answer? They can't hear you. A little louder. What kind of gibberish he's talking, Señor Frog? Anyway, he told me he likes the Bitcoin, thinks the Bitcoin can go to 100,000. How are we going to argue with a frog? Come on. This Señor Frog must really know something. Okay, what's next, Señor Frog? Now let's get a little bit something. Listen, would you mind if I ask you 2 personal questions? Because I'm sure my friends in the groups out there who look to me as, I think they respect me, at least I hope they do. They might. I know you guys think I'm crazy, but that's what happens. You're going to see when you trade for, I'll call it 15 years plus, that's when you're going to start losing it, like me. But it's all about success and staying alive and being in the game. So, okay, Señor Frog, 1 second. Señor Frog, what I want to know, let me ask you 2 personal questions. Okay, the question is, for Señor Frog is, did you get vaccinated? What? You don't want to say. You don't want to touch that subject, do you? A little too dangerous. But you can. Why don't you whisper it again? I'll let you whisper it in my ear. He said he didn't get vaccinated. You're not gonna catch. I'm not gonna catch the virus from you, are you? Don't tell me I'm gonna get that virus from you. I'm gonna be furious. This is my first interview I've done out of the box. So the last thing I want to do is get sick from you. I'm old. I got some of those immobilities. I take blood pressure pills. You know why? You know why? It's from the trading. You see, you're on your way, losing sleep, blood pressure pills, and you're over 40. You better go to the fitness like me, or you can forget about it. You're going to have a heart attack. Especially for you guys who are good at making money in your 20s and 30s, you're going to start betting bigger and bigger. And then in the night, you're going to go to bed thinking about it, especially if you have positions going against you, right? And in the morning, you're going to wake up. You know what? You're going to start smoking. You said, never going to happen. Don't ever say that. I started smoking when I was 31. I'm not one of these people that smoked when I was a kid. Things happen in the life, and you look for an outlet. But again, the fitness, so it's just on your way. So let's go back to the last question here. This is my last question for Señor Frog. Señor Frog, a personal question, right? Okay, is what I want to know, Señor Frog, what kind of car do you drive? Really? And the answer is okay. Look, this guy doesn't speak the best. You don't speak the best English, okay? But you know what he just told me? He said he used to drive one of these Toyotas. I think, he's called it a Lexus, but let's face it, it's a Toyota. And then all of a sudden, when he started making money, he decided to go all the way and buy a Porsche 911. Finally, Señor Frog, we have something in common. You like to drive German sports cars? What? You do? Okay. So, and what color do you have? Black? And one last question. Do you drive, listen, do you now drive stick shift? Do you? You drive that PDK, that automatic. With what? A stick? You don't have any arms. You don't have any arms. How can you drive a stick shift? Okay, I'll believe you. Okay. Anyway, sorry guys. I'm just cracking up. It's just too funny for me. Anyway, so listen. The last thing is, this is the last, actually, it's the last question. Let me see. This is the last question, Señor Frog. Because I'm going 8 minutes. I probably lost all my friends 5 minutes ago. They couldn't take it anymore. The question is, do you have any advice for my trading friends? Why don't you tell my trading friends out there, don't you have any advice what they should do about the trading career? They must, you must have something after 40 years you've been trading? How old are you? You're 80 years old. Okay. Yeah. So you've been trading 40 years. You've been trading 40 years. I get it. Please tell me the last thing so we can end this ridiculous show on Out of the Box. What is it? What? What did you say? Oh, finally. You know what? Señor Frog and I have something in common. You know what he said? Señor Frog said, focus on the direction. I was going to say on the discipline. Forget the discipline. That's important too on the downside. Right, Señor Frog? It's about the direction, not that stupid setup. Right? You've been calling me and advising me. Don't be so hung up about those moving averages and the stochastic and the, what do you call it? The Bollinger Bands. Oh my God, the Bollinger Bands, right? Anyway, so we're done with this. Say goodbye to Señor Frog. I want to thank you for being my very first interview. I know you're a legend here. Look, I'm jealous. I'm living in this development with a bunch of old Florida mummies here. Me and my wife were one of the youngest people in this project. We got a golf course. We don't even use it. And you're on the beach. Now, how is that fair? What'd you say? He told me I got to trade bigger, take bigger risk. This is what happens. You get old, you have responsibilities, you can only take so much risk. Anyway, thank you, Señor Frog, for coming. I really appreciate it. Thanks, you guys, for watching. I hope I didn't blow it. You know, it's just very funny to me. I just love this guy. Señor Frog is a huge inspiration to me, as you can see. Who else is talking to a stuffed frog? This PK was out of the box. Talk to you later, you guys. Ciao.